in Chicago. And the good news keeps coming as Bryce Harper returns tonight. With half the schedule complete, the roster is at full strength for the first time this season. Jordan Zimmermann looks to stay perfect against the Rockies and get the Nats back on top in the East. Look at the lines for Bryce Harper's return tonight. Oh, yeah, the bobblehead going along with it. Brilliant timing by the Nats with the artifact, the jersey, and then the real deal. Back in the outfield tonight, we welcome Bryce Harper back. By the way, there's no tomorrow, at least in June. July's tomorrow. Nats hope to finish up the month with a 3-game winning streak. Coming up big in the doubleheader, but all the talk is about Harper back in the lineup tonight, and we can't wait.
Well, he just came out to run his sprints down the first baseline and got a standing ovation from the crowd who was here early because of the Bryce Harper bobblehead. So a great warm ovation for Bryce. He's missed the last 57 games, had the thumb surgery, and you remember last July 1st, almost a year to the day, Bryce Harper's first day off the DL last year, he hit a home run. So he likes the big stage. It's his bobblehead night, and I wouldn't expect anything less than a big night from Bryce Harper.
Yeah, who goes 9 for 14 with 11 RBIs in 5 rehab games anyway? Ryan Zimmerman back at third base tonight, taking grounders, throwing the ball. It moves Anthony Rendon over to second. Ryan does whatever's needed for this ball club.
Yeah, ask him to go to left, to go to left. Ask him to go to first, he goes to first. Now back to third base. Ryan Zimmerman, the consummate professional team guy, just wants to win. He's back at third base tonight, and his throws across the infield look great.
And in a strange bit of irony, if Rendon was on the All-Star ballot as a second baseman, probably would have gotten a lot of votes.
Yeah, I know, and he is having an All-Star first half, especially offensively. He's played a great third base, and he's going to second base, and we'll go over it all tonight and let you know where everybody's standing.
Your questions have been answered. What happens when Bryce comes back? Or Matt Williams says, at least for tonight. Jordan Zimmerman's been great against the Rockies. In his career, unbeaten in 6 starts with a 1.42 ERA. And in June, how about 1.18? Zimmerman stingy, especially at home, and he's facing the best hitting team in baseball with a few injuries tonight. Brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. And by Navy Federal Credit Union. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. Nats have taken the field, and for the first time in, 2 months. Bryce Harper goes with him. You know, he's been chomping at the bit, warming up in left field, throwing the ball over and getting it back from Denard Span. Visit trainsearch.com to find your local Train Comfort Specialist dealer. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. So it's 85, feels like just under 90. And the humidity, not too bad, but partly cloudy skies. Mostly clear, really, at the ballpark right now. The Rockies are hitting .285, 415 runs, 98 home runs, but they give up the most runs and the most home runs in the league. Troy Tulowitzki is the one guy all over the league stat sheet. And if he gets the RBI thing going in the second half of the season, he is a National League Triple Crown candidate. Jordan Zimmermann, 7th career start against Colorado.
The fastball averaging 94 miles an hour from Jordan. Slider 87, curveball 79, changeup at 5%, 86. The fastball command for Jordan has been fantastic. Remember his last start in Milwaukee, fastball jumping out of his hand. He was challenging the Brewers with number 1. It was his best pitch last time out.
2 complete games, that has him up among the league leaders. So he's 5-4 with a .295 ERA. And by the way, against Colorado in this ballpark, 0.42, beating them twice. Charlie Blackmon got off to one of the great starts of any hitter in baseball. Then he settled in a little bit. .297, still having an outstanding start. 12 homers, 46 RBIs. And right now, the big story for the Rockies is who's not on their team. But they're not going to have anybody, especially the home team here, feeling sorry for them. And a ball out to left center. It's falling, and it'll be uncatchable. Bryce Harper over to grab it with the bare hand. Base hit for Charlie Blackmon in his first career AB against Jordan Zimmermann.
Well, here's the defense that hasn't been together since opening day in the 7th inning. But now here's Bryce Harper back, and that moves Zimmermann to third and Rendon to second and Danny Espinosa to right center field, it looks like, according to that. I'll tell you what, you talk about Bryce Harper's first game back. As a former utility player, when you play left field for a while and then you come back into the infield, the game moves awfully fast. I know that's his natural position, but I would think Ryan might be the guy with the butterflies tonight back at third base, the hot corner.
Had a strike to Drew Stubbs. Saw him break in with Cincinnati back in '09, Cleveland last year. And then the Rockies got him in a trade for Josh Outman last December. He's a leadoff guy, at least back early in his career, with great speed. But he's always been a guy who strikes out a lot.
I'll tell you what, I think we should go with like headshots for the defense every night. That looked good.
Stubbs on a 5-game hitting streak, 7 for 16. Bunched the ball, hit foul, came up and hit him while he was still in the box. 37-year veteran Joe West, the crew chief. He's the dean of all umpires in the major leagues. Marty Foster, 16th year at first. Rob Drake, 7th year at second. And Alan Porter, his 4th year, he's over at third base.
Just got a visit from my old friend Charlie Relaford, former major league umpire. He is in town tonight to check out Joe West's crew. Retired now. Good to see him.
Delightful guy. And I forgot to ask him. I've always wanted to get tossed. I wanted him to throw me out of the booth, but I forgot.
Oh, I got that. Just give me a couple innings.
Stubbs hitting at .301. And Zimmermann stays inside. Gets a strike, and called out is Drew Stubbs. 1 out.
Yeah, Drew Stubbs has been swinging it for the Rockies, so much so that he has kind of worked his way back into the lineup. That ball looked like it might have been a little bit inside. I'll hang with him. Strike 3 for Stubbs.
Well, he may play half of his games at Coors Field, but Troy Tulowitzki on the road as well. Everything rolled together. The best hitter in baseball this year, leading the league in hitting and on base percentage, second in home runs, just out of the top 10 in runs batted in. The guy's having an amazing run. He's back healthy, first in runs as well, slugging like crazy. And he's hitting .340 against right-handers, and those numbers brought to you by Jeep.
There's a lot of numbers, a lot of good numbers. I watched the game against the Brewers yesterday, and Tulowitzki had 3 hits. It was the 14th time this year he's had 3 hits. How about that number? 14 3-hit games.
Yeah, so he has 29 multi-hit games, and half of that time he goes more than 2. Crazy.
Jose Altuve is the only other one in the big leagues with 14 3-hit games.
And how about the Rockies? 42 times this year they've had 10 hits or more in a game. And this is their 83rd game of the year. Now there is a suspended game against the Giants they have to finish. But guess what? They already have 10 hits in that game. So it's really 43 times out of their first 84. This Rockies ball club. Blake Doyle, the hitting coach. Walt Weiss, the manager. Tom Reynolds, the bench coach. This team just keeps on slugging.
Yeah, but they can't pitch. They have a 7.06 ERA on a 1-3 road trip. This goes to show you how important the guy on the rubber is. He's everything.
Yep, they just lost 3 out of 4 at Milwaukee. Team ERA 4.92.
And it's not so much they can't pitch. They've just been decimated by injuries. When you talk about their starting rotation, they have 3 pitchers that were in their opening day rotation. Tyler Chatwood, Brett Anderson, and Jordan Lyles all out. And then they have 2 of the replacements that have been hurt. So they're really tapping the minor leagues right now. They've had 3 pitchers make their major league debut within the last 6 days. So they're really going deep into their minor leagues. And the guy tonight, Flande, is only making his 2nd big league start. So not so much that they can't pitch, is they're really digging deep in their minor league system because of injuries.
Two-one. Blackman, good speed at first, and the hitter gets jammed. Up in the air, Ramos waiting. And right in front of the screen, he's got it for the 2nd out. Anthony Rendon, last 17 games here, doing great. And by the way, overall, his last 25 games, home on road, .340. Rockies have won 14 of 20 over the years at Nationals Park. And there's what Jordan Zimmerman has done against them here. So don't blame him for the 14-6. Boy, Justin Morneau having a big year as well. Longtime Minnesota Twin, Joe Mauer's partner in crime up there. Twins traded him to the Pirates at the trading deadline last year, and then the Rockies signed him as a free agent in December. And by the way, he's done the job at first base now that Todd Helton is retired. And the 0-1 is upstairs and fouled straight back.
The fastball for Jordan in Milwaukee was the pitch. Might have gone out a little quick. A little tired in the 5th or 6th inning, but you know, Brewer after Brewer in hitting counts late on Zimmerman's fastball. It was 94-96. Had that late hop. It always has right around the plate, and guys couldn't catch up. That's a good fastball hitting team, too.
Up the middle, deflected by Zimmerman into left. Turning and going to third, Charlie Blackmon. Now throws, got the runner hung up. Harper gets in behind the runner. The Nats have nobody covering first base. Ramos had to stay home. And able to get back is Justin Morneau. The Nats were also keeping an eye on Charlie Blackmon. You can't let him wander home on a play like that.
Well, that's a reminder what Nats fans have missed for the last 57 days. Excitement from their left fielder, Bryce Harper. Didn't take long. Justin Morneau wandered a little bit too far off first base. Bryce Harper throws an absolute missile from short left center field, and didn't take long for that guy to show up, did it?
Yeah, when Adam LaRoche peeled off after that throw, nobody left at first. So first and third, 2 outs for the catcher Willeen Rosario.
I mean, the only guy that could have been there was Jason Worth, and I don't think he saw that whole thing coming.
Rosario at 250. 25-year-old catcher who's already put up the most impressive home run numbers of any catcher in Rockies history. Had a great breaking ball. No balls, 2 strikes.
That's a slider right there from Jordan, a pitch he didn't have last month, and it's been great for him in June. Nice stop by Ramos, saving a run.
Great early game efficiency by Zimmerman. And a swing and a miss, his second strikeout. Pitches around the bloop and then a ball that deflects off him. Not sure if Bryce Harper will bat in the first. He's up 6th. We sure hope he does. Welcome back, Bryce. With a jersey tonight. Bryce Harper back. The Nats are 10th in the league in hitting and 8th in runs. Those two things may be about to change. So Bryce, this year in 22 games, 24 hits, a homer, 9 RBIs. Then he goes out on rehab and goes 9 for 14 in 5 games with 4 homers, 11 RBIs, including a 3-home run game over the weekend. Johan Flande, he's been around for a long time, but that's in the minor leagues. 28 years of age with the Phillies and the Braves.
Fastball 90 miles an hour, a little fade away from right-handed hitters. Change-up 84, probably his best secondary pitch. Slider at 83. Kind of a slinger, a little deception in his delivery. Watched him on video, his major league debut, and the slider was flat last time out. That could be the Coors Field effect. He pitched against the Cardinals at Coors Field. This is his second big league start.
Span hitting at 268. And Flande gets it to the inside corner. All the Nats, of course, seeing this left-handed for the first time. One big league start. And he lasted 5 innings against St. Louis on the 25th. That one on the outside edge. Quickly 0-2.
We talk about the Rockies and who they've played since June 6th. They're decimated with injuries. They played the Dodgers, Braves, Giants, Cardinals, Brewers, and now the Nats. That June 6th to July 6th schedule for the Rockies has just been deadly. Tough schedule to play when you're not at full strength.
And a take on a ball outside, 2-2.
Second big league start, and you walk off the mound thinking it's strike three. I'm sure that got some attention in the first base dugout.
And Denard got jammed, able to win side out that ball over to the left side. Nats took 4 of 7 from the Rockies last year. The Rockies are 10 games under 500. They're 10 back of the Dodgers and the Giants. And because of San Francisco's 4-game losing streak in the West, the Dodgers have now tied them for first. And Span will extend the at-bat again.
So USA Belgium tomorrow. Bob Henley not a member of the USA soccer team. We'll watch this foul ball right here, and this is why. Yep. No, sorry. You're not on the soccer team, Bob. El Bencho. We'll watch it with the rest of us.
And a 2-2. Fastball. Span struck out. Wow. Joe West with a 10-year veteran strike zone for the youngster Flande.
What'd Pitch Track think? I mean, look at the reach by Rosario. Usually you don't get a call like that. Rosario wanted it down and away. It was up and in. Pitch Track had it in the zone, but that was a 4-glove miss, and he got strike 3. Denard Span baffled, and so am I, quite frankly. Usually it's based on the presentation the catcher gives. That's why we talk so much about framing. Wow.
Anthony Rendon takes a strike. A ball drilled and leaping is DJ LeMahieu to make that grab. An outstanding play to keep that out of the gap.
DJ LeMahieu getting up right there. Denard Span getting some love from his bench because that's all he can do is hit it hard. Got a fastball, went the other way. LeMahieu climbing the ladder. Showing some nice hops right there. Maybe robbing a double. That ball was hit hard enough to get in the gap.
Bases empty, 2 outs, and Jason Worth. Well, maybe some home cooking will get Jason going. 7 for his last 49, but still finding a way with those 7 hits and 8 walks to be on base 15 times over his last 12 games.
Well, lefty could be what the doctor ordered too. He's hitting .349 against lefties this year.
Yeah, that's 10th best in the league. 2-0. Two-hopper, third baseman Ryan Wheeler. With Arenado hurt, that's been a tough spot for the Rockies lately. But the rookie, Yohan Flande, a 1-2-3. Bottom of the first. Jordan Zimmerman back to work, and the ballpark is buzzing tonight.
the disabled list. Harper's in left field today. Ryan Zimmerman's back at third base, and Anthony Rendon has slid back over to second. But that's something that manager Matt Williams says can change on a daily basis. One thing that Williams now is able to do that Harper and Zimmerman are back off the DL is give some of his veteran players days off, specifically Adam LaRoche and Jason Worth, and that's two oldest position players. So Williams is going to take things on a day-to-day basis. He says he's going to ask himself a question every day. What are we going to do tonight to win this game? If that means he gives one of his veteran position players a day off, if it means he moves Zimmerman back to left field or to first base, that's something that he's going to do. This isn't the exact defensive rotation that the Nats are going to have every single day. Matt Williams will play it very much day to day.
Well, it was kind of interesting, the press conference this afternoon. Everybody obsessed with what's the plan going to be? Who's doing what? And Matt Williams said, you know what, there might be a different plan tomorrow. And there might be a different one a day after that.
I ask myself a bunch of questions every day, and it's the voices in my head. But I understand what Matt Williams is doing. He's trying to figure out what's going to make his team the best on that given day. But regardless, in all my years in baseball, it's impossible for a manager to keep 25 guys happy. Even if you have 9 guys for 8 spots. And everybody says it's a good problem to have. Well, I don't know if it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem that Matt Williams does have right now. And there's a lot of tough jobs in D.C., but I think Matt Williams might have one of the toughest right now, figuring out who he's going to get in the lineup.
And there are 29 other managers who would love to have such a problem. Doesn't make it any easier on him.
But I guess my point is, Carb, even when things are going great, even when you're 10 or 15 games over 500 and you have the same lineup every day, there's no manager in baseball that can keep 25 guys happy. It's impossible.
And a ball placed down the right field side, but Worth will run it down. Well, Bryce Harper earlier today addressing, well, the Nats defense, his view on a few things and who should be where.
I think he should be playing left. I mean, Rendon's a great third baseman. He should play in third, and we got one of the best second basemen in the league, Danny Espinosa. Of course, you want the best hitting lineup in there, and I think Rendon playing third and Zim playing left is something that is good for this team, and I think that should be what's happening.
Strong opinions. Speaking his mind. It's what Bryce Harper does, and he always has. And I just hope that he can stay on the field for a long extended period of time so we can find out exactly what the best combinations are everywhere around that left side and over to second base. It's going to be a versatile ball club with a chance to give different guys days off here and there and put, well, in some cases, all-star guys in their place.
Well, last I checked, he doesn't make out the lineup. And I thought it was very interesting for a young player to have such strong comments in his first day back. You'd think he'd be happy just to play, and it wouldn't matter where. And I also found it interesting, the guy that's been here since day one, the face of the franchise, has gone wherever Matt Williams has told him and not said a word.
Well said. And that, of course, the man now receiving the around-the-horn throw, Ryan Zimmerman back at third base tonight, the ultimate team guy. I loved his quote from the other day. I'm just employee number 11.
Yeah.
I'm here to do what they tell me to do.
Says it all.
DJ LeMahieu, the second baseman. Five-game hitting streak, 9 for 19. And he's 2 for 4 career with an RBI against Jordan Zimmerman, the only Rocky who has driven in a run against the Nats right-hander.
You start saying things like that, and Denard Span is the guy that would be the odd man out based on what Bryce Harper just said. And I think Denard Span's been playing as good as anybody in baseball, especially defensively. He won a game for the Nats against the Cubs with his glove alone.
Yeah.
Not to mention what he's been at the top of the order with Anthony Rendon. Those two have been spark plugs.
So Bryce, you think, was implying that he would be in center?
That's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Would be or should be.
And he will be. There's going to be days when he does play center field. He's made it clear that he loved playing there in 2012. And he was pretty good out there. I'll say this, the play Denard Span made in center field in Chicago where he got turned around. If Bryce Harper had to make the same play, that wall might have been a factor. It wasn't a factor with Span.
Oh, 2 to DJ LeMahieu. First 8 batters, 6th 0-2 count for Jordan Zimmerman. This one a ground ball to the right side for Anthony Rendon. It's a great out because the rookie pitcher has to lead off in the 3rd. Freight Rail Works with our 2 up. First up is Adam LaRoche. Last 12 games, 9 RBIs, 3 home runs, hitting .356. Right now the most consistent leader of the offense. And a brief spell on the DL when his shoulder was bugging him out west. Outstanding on the road trip. The 3-run bomb to start the series in Milwaukee. Last Monday night, the Nats won it 3-0. And then he goes yard with that laser beam of a shot in Chicago. And then against Jeff Samardzija, who knew it was gone. A second game of the doubleheader. Long ball. Look out, Sheffield Street. And Adam LaRoche now, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs over his last 12 games.
We talked about the first game of that doubleheader on Saturday. How would the Nats respond to be beaten twice by the Cubs in the first 2 games of this series? They answered the question with an exclamation point. Came out and swept the doubleheader from the Cubs and had everybody feeling good coming into the homestand. They played as good as they've played all year long in those 2 games.
And the Mets have a first inning run at Atlanta. Washington a half game back of the Braves in the East. 0-1 to LaRoche, and that's a pretty good easy take for him on a breaking ball away. So Adam 10th in the league in hitting, 3rd in on base percentage, and he's 8th in walks. High in the air to center for Drew Stubbs.
The first 15,000 fans will receive a Nationals travel blanket that's presented by United Airlines on Tuesday, July 1st. Against these very Rockies. 7:05 start. Giveaway will be at all gates. Get your game tickets by calling the number on the screen or go to the websites. Great turnout here tonight. Great crowd. Beautiful night for baseball.
It is.
Got my Bryce bobblehead.
You do. I hid mine.
Did you? I'm gonna find it.
There's some people up here that I don't just really trust that much.
The guy to your right, maybe. I'll find that thing. I heard they're already.
You better have bobblehead sniffing dogs because it is really secure.
I'm digging it. They did a great job. Helmet right next to him.
I don't know what the largest Monday night crowd ever at the ballpark is, but this would challenge that. 0-2 to Ryan Zimmerman. What a great swing. Well, I think the next 100 at bats would be really great Ryan 19 out of 100 since coming back from his injury, and that's AB number 101, and a great job of taking it the other way.
There goes the no-hitter, and here comes the big guy.
Bryce is one of those guys, when you think about first at bats, that has a bit of a flair. He's done it a couple of times. First at bat of the season, first at bat after an injury, this and that. He has shown that he can do big things. We'll see. He'll take the fastball up, but Joe West calls it a strike.
Coming off a 3-homer night in Harrisburg, his last rehab start. 4 for 5, 3 home runs. So it was the most fun he's had all year playing in Harrisburg.
Target away. And a one-hopper. Tulowitzki will turn a 6-3 double play. That'll be it for the Nats in the bottom of the second. One out hit by Zimmerman. No score early in the Colorado series. Drew Stubbs straight ahead for the Rockies. Let's go inside some standings numbers with Jeep. So 2 years ago, the Nats had 48 wins of the first 81. Last season, only 41. This year, a +2. And really, when you think about making the playoffs, what usually 90 is the magic number. Some years 87, 88. So it'll take a good second half, but I think everybody is sitting around waiting for this club to take off. Is this the week? When is it? If this isn't, it's going to be really interesting now with Harper back and the roster back intact.
Starting to separate, aren't they? The Braves and the Nats. We'll see.
An entire half game so far. So really the Braves are up 4.5 innings on the Nats through the first 80+.
Well, better said, I meant from the Marlins. The top two are starting to get a little bit of separation.
They are.
From the rest of the crew.
Yeah, Miami now 4.5 back of the Nats. 5, 7, and 8. The Marlins, Mets, and Phillies back. 1-1. Ball 2. Flandeo for 2 with a major league RBI. Then Jordan goes 3-1. Misses. Walks the opposing pitcher. Second time the Rockies have had their leadoff man on.
The Rockies have used 12 starting pitchers this year. That's the most in baseball. And they're only at the halfway point of this year.
And guess what else goes along with that? In the entire history of their ball club, they had one rookie make his major league debut during a season as a starter. You know, like during the season, not somebody who was slated to be around earlier. And then last week it happened to him 3 times in a week.
In 6 days.
Yeah, after not happening forever. Trying to bunt, Charlie Blackmon really squared around, kind of looked like he was trying to place it for sacrifice rather than bunt for a hit. And this guy can run. He's stolen 15 bases.
I think it's a little more than that, Carp. I think they're testing Ryan Zimmerman.
Good call.
He's been over there in a while. They want to test him out. That's the second Rocky that squared around to bunt to third base.
Yeah, interesting. Zimmerman at his best when he's on the run. Now he comes in about 5 feet. No sign of a square around there, and that's a called strike. No bunt now. It goes to 0-2, and Ryan can back up.
Great command on a powerful pitch. 95 on the black.
Blackmon has grounded into a total of 1 double play this year. This could be interesting. LaRoche to the bag for 1, but then the pitcher gets down to second base in pretty good fashion. So, Dan Coco, the Rockies go to show you can hit 285 and lead the planet in runs, but you still have to throw the ball well.
You do, Bob, and the guys that the Rockies are going to have throwing the ball these next 3 days, not very experienced at the major league level. You see their numbers there, and you take a look at what these 3 pitchers have done at AAA this season. Flande, 4.42 ERA at AAA. Friedrich, 7.89. And Matzik, 4.05. So these guys not exactly dominating the minor league ranks. All 3 left-handers, and as we've talked about, the Nats hit left-handed pitching really well. 282 average against left-handers this season, second best in the majors.
First pitch fly ball to Stubbs, and that to Worth. Now, on top of Dan's report, you got to give Colorado's young pitchers a little bit of a disclaimer, because Colorado Springs is one of the hardest places in the minor leagues to have any kind of ERA. FP. I don't know if you ever played up there.
I have.
But the ball flies, and it's really a tough bunch of conditions for young pitchers on the rise.
Well, they're getting ready for Colorado. They're getting ready for Denver.
You know, there's some shell shock for their young guys, because they go to single A Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains, but nothing like Colorado Springs. Then they go to double A Tulsa, which is pretty neutral there. And then on to Colorado Springs. Oh my gosh, you better be really good there. I know some of the young guys have done better in the big leagues than they did at AAA, so we'll see.
Going after the big guy right here.
Fouled out to Ramos first time up, did Troy Tulowitzki. Hitting .340 against right-handers this year. And the only guy in the league doing better than that is a left-handed batter, Matt Adams. And Tulowitzki will foul it on a play. 0-2.
Slider so far from Jordan tonight has been great. And it looks like the Rockies are having trouble picking up the rotation on it.
Yeah, quite a quandary for pitchers and pitching coaches and managers. Tulowitzki or Morneau, who has 58 runs batted in.
And he got a base hit his first time up.
Yes, he did. Hit the ball sharply, too. Not a bloop. Looking for a quality pitch here. And he paints the outside corner with the fastball. Jordan Zimmerman strikes out Troy Tulowitzki, who's only fanned 47 times all year. this day 9 years ago, a Pirate pop-up, a catch in right field, and Chad Cordero continues an amazing streak of saves. Welcomed by Brian Schneider, his catcher there, the kind of unofficial team captain of the Nats. Washington went 50-31 in the first half of the season, and the Chief, get this, saved 29 of those first 50 wins.
No, they were 20-6 in the month of June that year. That's a pretty good month.
Amazing, amazing first half run that was. Yeah, the Chief had 15 saves in a row in the month of June. Right about the time it gets real nice and hot and muggy here, and the hitters are supposed to be warming up, Chad Cordero kept them pretty cold. Desmond, Ramos, and Zimmerman. How does that sound for 7, 8, 9? I think you like it. You're speechless.
I'm trying to think. Well, that's a lot of 3 and 4 hitters for other teams when you talk about Ian Desmond being back-to-back 2020 guy.
Desmond rifles one deep to right center, and it can only be watched by Drew Stubbs. And Ian Desmond just hits a rocket about 395 the other way. The Nats have their second base hit.
My second game of the doubleheader, Ian Desmond got a base hit in his 4th at-bat, right up the middle, and a little bit to the right side of second base. And I said, that's the Ian Desmond swing that we've gotten used to here, and I think it's just continuing his first at-bat tonight, going right center, off the wall for a leadoff double here in the 3rd. When he's going that way, look out.
So instead of saying Desmond's now 2 for his last 16, we'll say he's 2 for his last 2.
Nice.
With a couple of good swings.
But you still said it.
I know. Throw out the negative and go with the positive. We'll see how it works out. I'm not going to be a prophet of doom tonight with this lineup. 400 feet below me. Ramos at 275. And Flande misses away.
Well, it's been a while since Ramos has hit 8th, right? And he's not trying to move him for Jordan Zimmerman, so this is just a normal RBI situation for the Buffalo. And I don't think very many 8 hitters throughout the league do try to move a leadoff double, but this guy knows how to drive in runs.
Well, the last time this whole bunch was together, it was Span, Zimmerman, Worth, Ramos cleanup, then Harper and Desmond, and the bottom of the order was LaRoche 7th and Rendon 8th. In front of Steven Strasburg, March 31st at New York.
Well, there was a time when Matt Williams in spring training said that he would move LaRoche down versus lefties, but he's hit .314 against lefties this year, and he's having an all-star first half, so LaRoche stays in the 4-hole, and Ramos moves to 8th.
1-1 to the big man. Thought he could catch up with that one away. 90 with movement. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mets have added another run at Atlanta. Curtis Granderson has hit his 11th homer of the year. 2-0 second inning. That's Alex Wood against Zach Wheeler in Georgia tonight. Braves have won 4 in a row. The Nats trying to make it 3 here tonight. Number 8 guy Saturday straight away, huh?
First pitch after a 50-plus minute rain delay. Fastball location missed by Jeff Samardzija on the inner half, and Wilson Ramos showing everybody that the Nats were ready to play after the rain delay. And that game was a tale of one team ready after the delay and one team not.
Two to Ramos. And a bouncer. That'll get Desmond over to third. Might do more than that. Ramos will get an infield hit as Troy Tulowitzki couldn't come up with it. And it'll be first and third, nobody out.
Boy, as soon as he hit that, I looked at Wilson Ramos to see, is he going to try to leg this out, or is he just going to cruise like he has been so far off the DL? Was he going to test the hamstring? Because you can say all you want that you're going to play one way, but when you smell a hit, you smell a hit. And I want to say 3/4, right? Just kind of saw it take that extra hop.
Fine with us.
Short, choppy steps. Nothing too hard right there. Not stressing the hamstring, and he gets the infield single. Smart.
Jordan Zimmermann has 11 career RBIs, none this year, but his job one to stay out of the double play might be to just get Ramos to second. But again, it's not always an easy thing to do because Wilson is not running that well. This will be an interesting call for Matt. Early square to bunt. He is the best bunter on the staff, and that's going to do the job. Rosario had to make sure Desmond wasn't coming home, and the sacrifice is perfect. 2-4.
Nice play by Rosario right there to check Ian Desmond at third base. So often you see major league catchers so focused on making the play on the sacrifice bunt, they forget to check the runner at third. Rosario came out, and there was a quick glance, to Ian Desmond at third base right there. That's all it takes. Show him your face and then throw it to first. Nicely done by the Rockies catcher.
And now a lefty-lefty matchup where Denard Span will have to hang in there and try to collect RBI number 20 or 20 and 21. Rockies have one infielder up, and that's Ryan Wheeler in the baseline, 15 feet inside the third base bag. Now he'll shade over toward the bag a bit closer to Desmond. And Span takes a very good breaking ball from Flande to the outside corner. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Well, Denard's been clutch in these situations with less than 2 outs and runners in scoring position. He's hitting .292 this year. So he's a contact guy, and you would think with the infield back, obviously Ian Desmond going on contact right here. Just a ground ball to second base puts the Nats ahead. Shortstop too.
Span pops it up. Tulowitzki right there for the second out. Now it's up to Anthony Rendon.
You can enjoy the first of 3 Freedom Fireworks nights on Wednesday, July 2nd against the Rockies. Check out the start time, 6:05 p.m. on Wednesday. That's right, 6:05. I'm saying that for myself, so I'll be here on time. The Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon, they're going to perform before the patriotic themed fireworks show. So if you want some tickets, call the number on your screen or go to the website.
Nats being nice to the Rockies. They have to fly back to Colorado and play on Thursday, while the Nats will have a day off prior to the brunch with the Nats.
I don't think it gets any easier for the Rockies. I'm pretty sure their homestand opens up with the Dodgers, so
yikes.
Their schedule has just been
the tied for first place Dodgers.
I guess it's the big leagues, so that's how it goes.
They came here from Milwaukee, and from here the inning's going to go nowhere. Rendon on the first pitch bounces out to Tulowitzki. Desmond double, Ramos single. The Nats fail to score. Into the middle innings, scoreless.
of the fourth inning. Jordan Zimmerman doing his thing. What new? We're getting spoiled watching this guy pitch, especially his last 4 or 5 starts. With the fastball command, he's moving around nice tonight. The slider's been short and late. Tough to pick up, you would think, just based on reading some Rockies swings, and that's paint to the best hitter in the National League for strike 3. Jordan Zimmerman's been locked in so far tonight.
527 strikeouts by the staff this year. $37 for every one of them to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health, thanks to the generosity of our D.C. area Toyota dealers. So 33 strikes of the 45 pitches so far. For the Rockies, Morneau, Rosario, and Wheeler, 4, 5, 6, top of the fourth. Big crowd tonight for the Nationals. 41st home game of the year.
Zimmerman threw 12 pitches last inning. 11 were fastballs. Trust in the heater tonight like he did his last start.
Equal opportunity on the outs, just about. Morneau, a base hit off of Zimmerman's body, first time deflected into left field. But Jordan struck out Willeen Rosario to strand 2 runners in the first. Pitched her on a walk to the pitcher in the third. And a ball popped up to the left side. Ryan Zimmerman. Hey, he's a third baseman now. 1 out.
Well, he's got the fly ball thing down. That's not a problem.
Didn't have to die for that one. Rosario and Wheeler now the next 2 Rockies. Talked about Willeen Rosario and his power. 28 home runs 2 years ago, a Colorado rookie home run record. Then he hit 21 more last year, and he missed most of September because of an injury to his calf. He jacks one to left. Bryce Harper right there. 2 outs. Zimmerman going right after the Rockies, and they are hacking. Tomorrow night, Steven Strasburg, left-hander, Christian Friedrich. Nats saw him a little bit last year. Doug Fister and Tyler Matzik for that FP 6:05 game on Wednesday. After the off day Thursday, right back at it with the Cubs, a 3-game series, and brunch with the Nats on the 4th of July.
Best day of the year by far, hands down. Unless there's a playoff game in Nats Park. But that 11 a.m. start, I love it. 4th of July. Get your day off right with baseball, the nation's capital. Doesn't get any better than that.
Ryan Wheeler flied to right first time up.
Rest of the day's pretty fun too.
Yeah, opening day is always fantastic, but you never know if you're going to be on the road or home.
Yeah.
You don't know if the weather's going to be bad or good. On the 4th of July at home, that pretty much trumps everything. And a 1-1. 8 o'clock in D.C. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Good to be back home. Dan's with us, FP alongside. I'm Bob. Hope you're enjoying it on Masson HD. Jordan Zimmerman, a 2-hitter so far with a walk. And this one out of play, left side, against the league's best offense. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Rockies are missing Nolan Arenado. He'll be back later this week, maybe. Had a left middle finger fracture. Michael Kadar, left shoulder fracture. He's out for a while, 60-day DL. And then Carlos Gonzalez, his left index finger. And that ball tailing away from Bryce Harper, right into the first row.
The Rockies are 9-24 in Nolan Arenado's absence. He went 2 for 4 last night with 2 RBI in his first rehab assignment. He said he needs about 25 AAA at-bats before they activate him, and Walt White's looking to activate him that first game against the Dodgers on Thursday in their homestand. But I'm sure if you ask Walt right now, with all the injuries he's had, he said he's ready. Call him up. Let's go.
Well, I know you think he's the best third baseman in the league.
I do.
That's a swing and a miss by one of the best pitchers in the league. And Jordan Zimmerman now 6 straight and 10 of the last 11 on a gorgeous night for a ride or a ball game in D.C. Going to play a little soccer again today. You know, they used to call this the beautiful game until the presidents got a hold of it during one of our Geico presidents race.
Big game tomorrow, I know that.
Yellow card coming. Abe took out Tom.
Oh, that's the biggest yellow card ever.
George.
Oh, that's a great move.
Yeah, don't be afraid to kick it
It's hard
into the goal.
When you have a head that big, it's hard to stay upright. It's hard to see the soccer ball, and I'm surprised that nobody headed it in. I mean,
I know. I was looking for a header myself.
Yeah, look, it's obvious. Use your huge heads.
That was the longest piece of unattractive soccer I've ever seen. Worth, LaRoche, and Zimmerman, bottom of the fourth. Check swing, strike one. Now the rookie Johan Flande, 31 pitches, 24 strikes through 3. Great ratio for him. And Jason will take it outside, 2-1.
Yeah, we talked about this after the first 2 Cubs game. The Rockies come in limping, and if you want to win your division and do the things you want to do, these are the teams you have to beat. They lost 11 of their last 12 before that win in Milwaukee yesterday.
Worth didn't like the call on the inside edge by Joe West. Nissan will reveal it was inside. Target in. Sharply hit right to Troy Tulowitzki. One of the greatest arms of any shortstop in recent history for the out.
I just flipped it over to first, about 97. All right, you know the drill. Hashtag Masson fan photos. If you don't know by now, I can't help you. You get your picture on TV, and that is brought to you by AT&T.
You know, winning consecutive Gold Gloves at shortstop is not easy. When he did it in 2010 and 11, he was only the 3rd guy.
Let me guess. Ozzie Smith was one of them?
Yeah, Ozzie would go on to do that.
Omar Vizquel was the other one? Or another one? And he was only the 3rd guy?
No, well, it must be in the National. Well, it doesn't make sense what I just said because I got it out of the Rockies information book. They say Barry Larkin and Edgar Renteria did it, but you know Vizquel and Ozzie did it. We'll check on that. And he was timed at mid-90s, by the way, when he was still in high school on a double play relay. Troy Tulowitzki.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I believe that.
Low to Adam LaRoche, who flied to center first time up.
That's a big power cell. Power zone, power nucleus.
Reaching for that one, it stays fair. And Justin Morneau will put it away. Over to his pitcher, Flande, who's having a really fine evening here. Seven ground ball outs now for the rookie pitcher. And Ryan Zimmerman will be the hitter. So leading the way, Tulowitzki at shortstop.
Simmons, the reigning Gold Glover.
Yeah, and he won the Platinum Glove last year too, Simmons.
I don't know. They're both good. Flip a coin for me. They both have cannons. Starlin Castro's starting to get it in Chicago, too. I was impressed with what he did in that 4-game set. See some pretty good shortstops back to back.
He keeps throwing strikes. Bryce Harper hit the ball sharply first time. A one hopper to Tulowitzki, who turned a 6-3 double play after Zimmerman had singled to right just before that, back in the second.
Young pitcher seems to be gaining confidence with every big time hitter he gets out. This is not an easy lineup to carve through.
Two. And a breaking ball. Zimmerman turns on it, and it's into the left field corner. So 2 for 2 on the way to those next 100 ABs for Ryan Zimmerman.
He's a way better hitter as a third baseman, I think.
Yeah, he's too worried about his defense in left field, evidently.
Second of the night for Ryan Zimmerman. Seems like he is picking up Flande easily. First time up, he ripped one to right field. Now this one to left field. And a 2-out double, and the stage is set for Bryce Harper to put his team ahead. .476 against lefties this year, Bryce is, before his first at-bat.
Nothing really wrong with that first at bat. It just went right at somebody on a hot shot. And this time, Flande gets ahead with an off-speed pitch after throwing fastball. Don't know if there was a cross-up there, but Rosario on his way out to see him. Hey, let's show some highlights from Harrisburg Saturday night.
I'm going to guess a homer.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I was right. I'm going to guess another homer. Nailed it. I'm going to guess another one. 3 home runs for Bryce Harper against the Guppies or something like that. The Canton Akron Guppies. Goldfish. Something like that.
Up the middle. Base hit! And Bryce Harper will put the Nats on top. He's going to second base. Hello. And it's 1-0 Washington. The big crowd loves it.
There's a bobblehead right there. Bryce Harper bobblehead night. Welcome back, Bryce Harper. 2-out knock up the middle. Troy Tulowitzki with a great effort just went under his glove, and he sat there for a second in frustration, and that was enough for Bryce Harper to see nobody covering second base, and he just kept going. He beat Tulowitzki back to the bag. The heads-up base running by Bryce Harper, the clutch knock. Welcome back, Bryce. We missed you.
RBI number 10. Desmond now with a runner in scoring position, and he hit the daylights out of the ball first time up. Out to the Geico sign in deep right center.
And now you got Desmond and Ramos coming at you, 7 and 8. Great hustle, great heads-up play.
And by the way, they gave Drew Stubbs an error because he did bobble that ball. And when Harper saw that, he was off to the races.
With that, plus nobody was covering second. It was, both middle infielders went for the baseball, so there was nobody there. He just kept rolling.
Change up, blown away.
You give him an inch, he's going to take it. And I said when he got hurt that he would have a chance to be, the Yasiel Puig of this year, to inject some energy into the Nats lineup. And I see right away him doing that on his first hit back. That was nice and exciting.
1-1 to Desmond. Counts 1-2 now. Nats have out hit the Rockies 5-2. Jordan Zimmerman pitching so well, has the lead to work with now. And Desmond will pull one third baseline. By the way, we solved the Tulowitzki. It was only third shortstop to win a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger 2 consecutive years. Barry Larkin had done that in the mid-90s for the Reds, and Edgar Renteria about 5 years later with St. Louis.
That guy's got Silver Slugger. He just needs to add the gold to it.
Exactly. Hard thing to do, to be that good defensively and that good offensively as the best all around at your position, in a position that's full of great athletes. 1-2 to Desmond. And he'll take it, and counts even.
So does he have his own Zimmerman? No, that has 34 on it. What are we going to call that? I do know that some fans tweeted me that we're in the ballpark tonight and they had their Zimmermans on, and it's all they just had their pot holders on their right hand and they were calling them Zimmermans. It was hilarious.
And a swing and a miss. Zimmerman, a 2-out double to get things going. Ironically, the man back at third because of the guy hitting behind him, who's back and left. And Bryce makes it happen with some great hustle. His 10th RBI. Washington streaking to a 1-0 lead.
On the hustle single, take an extra base on the air. Did he go feet first or did he go head first? He went feet first to the second base. Now, that's not out of the norm. He slid feet first before. He doesn't always slide head first. But what you have to watch out is, jamming that thumb in the ground when you slide feet first just as much as you do head first. And that was his left hand that he stuck into the ground when he went feet first right there.
Trying to bunt for a hit. Brandon Barnes, great bunt. Zimmerman, a really good play, but the number 7 hitter just too quick.
How did he make it that close? That was a great bunt by Brandon Barnes right there. Most guys put that in their pocket and say, nice bunt. Ryan Zimmerman, first try back at third base. Watch how close he makes this. Saw him square, full sprint. I mean, that's almost right in front of home plate, and look how close he makes that. Strong throw, underhand, right on the money. And Barnes just beats it on a nice play from Ryan Zimmerman.
That's the play no third baseman in baseball makes as well as Ryan Zimmerman. Number 8 man, DJ LeMahieu. Bounced out to Rendon first time up. Infield up a bit, looking for 2. LeMahieu with Rosario has hit into the most double plays on the Colorado Ball Club, 10. Runner goes. Throw by Ramos. A bullet. He's out. Wilson Ramos is now 8 for 16. That's 50% against opposing base runners. A perfect throw.
Pretty good pick on the back end, too, but watch Ramos and the footwork get rid of this as quick as anybody. Not the best jump in the world by Brandon Barnes after a perfect bunt. And Anthony Rendon, who hasn't played a lot of second base, watch the in-between hop. He picks it, gets the tag back down. Plenty of time to get Barnes. Nice throw by Ramos. Nice pick by Rendon. A lot of good stuff going on here tonight.
And for a moment, Colorado manager Walt Weiss out to chat with Rob Drake until his clubhouse via the dugout told him the runner was out. It's a good baseball man right there.
Smooth shortstop, as smooth as I've ever seen.
14 years in the big leagues, 4 World Series. Made the All-Star team with Atlanta in '98 toward the end of his career. He was one of Tony La Russa's favorites in Oakland.
Slow roller play on the run, as good as any shortstop I've ever seen.
DJ LeMahieu now with a 1-1 count, and Zimmerman just misses. Marty Foster says on top of it, no swing.
I mean, pretty good left side as managers tonight. Walt Weiss at short, Matt Williams at third. I don't think there'd be a lot of hits that would get through the left side with these two skippers playing.
It looked like he held. And that fastball misses inside. 3-1. And a base hit to right. That gives LeMahieu a 6-game hitting streak, 10 for his last 21. For the Achiever and You, PNC with our minor league report. And Lucas Giolito already selected, as FP told you last week, for the Futures game at the All-Star game. 12 starts, and he's also the South Atlantic League Player of the Week.
Opponents hitting 182 off him. I'm excited about this kid. Can't wait to see him get to DC.
He'll be pitching against the world at the All-Star game. Zimmerman has to bounce on it, make a quick play. Pretty good athletic ability there by the pitcher. Johan Flande, impressive bunt. He got down the line well.
Good hustle by Flande right there. His first time up when he walked. I don't know how Adam LaRoche knew it, but he took the force out on Charlie Blackmon's ground ball because Flande was getting it down to second, and this time he is getting it down to first. I know who Walt Rice's pinch runner is going to be in an extra inning game if he stays around, and that was really easy for me to say. There's too many W's in a row. What was I thinking? Who, Walt, Weiss, Wynn.
Next up, Charlie Blackmon, and a last-minute time called by Joe West.
Yeah, having a little talk. See, Joe West didn't give him time, and then he put his hand up after it was all said and done. If Jordan Zimmerman threw that, he could have stole strike one.
Yep. And there's a school of thought that says pitchers should always follow through with their delivery to get a strike, and also maybe not to hurt yourself or tweak something when you're in mid-mechanic and you just shut everything down. Dangerous.
What I didn't see is how Jordan stepped off the mound right there. I'm sure he stepped back, and otherwise there would have been 3 umpires that would have called a balk, because that was in play.
2-0 now to Charlie Blackmon.
So in case you missed it like I did, let's see it again. And I don't know how that's not a balk if Joe West didn't call timeout. And maybe that's what Charlie Blackmon was arguing, or who knows.
Yeah, play was not called, and Zimmerman just aborted his delivery with a man on base.
That's a balk.
Kind of looks to me like the Rockies dugout missing out on one there. They haven't said a word. Now a 2-0 pitch, and that's fouled off to the left side by Blackman, who's 1 for 2 tonight.
I think a bigger play right there, Carp, if it was 1 out. I mean, you already have a runner in scoring position. But still, a balk's a balk, and by looking at that replay twice, Joe West didn't put his hand up until after Jordan Zimmerman stopped his motion. Now, usually you'll see guys when they grant timeout, time, both hands in the air. Joe didn't do that. So I don't think, unless there was conversation that contradicts the hand signals, that time was given. And if time wasn't given, that was a balk.
Two-1 the count. Nats 1, Rockies nothing. Top of the 5th inning. And this one straight back out of play. Well, the Mets are putting up a picket fence in Atlanta. Another run in the 3rd. They lead 3-0. They've out hit the Braves 6-0. Zach Wheeler off to a good start. Second time around has been a bear for him this year. He just finished his second time through the order, and during that time the Rockies went 2 for 9. One of those hits a bunt. Desmond with a little bit of daylight, and that ball was back into the runner.
Well, it's a good play if they're giving you a free out at second base. And that would have been close had Desmond caught that ball, but that's easy to say. You're on the run, the ball's at your ankle. It's not an easy play. Generally speaking, you want your pitcher to worry about strike 3 right here with 2 outs, but if they're giving you an out at second base, you take it.
Crowd wants the out. And the fastball upstairs. And a nice little roller to Anthony Rendon. That'll put to an end the top of the 5th inning. So Jordan Zimmerman gives up a couple of hits. Ramos and Rendon team up on a caught stealing. It's still 1-0.
One to nothing Nationals into the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been about the Zimmermans. Jordan 46 strikes and 67 pitches, and Ryan with his first game back at third base with a couple of knocks. First time up, I'll just fillet one the other way. A little base hit, nicely done. Second time up, little 2-out double down the left field line, and Bryce Harper would knock him in with a 2-out knock. So Jordan, Ryan, all the Zimmermans having a nice night here against the Rockies. And we were told during the break that a batter can't cause a balk. So the fact that Charlie Blackmon called timeout right here, wasn't granted timeout and stepped out. Joe West said that a hitter can't cause a balk, and that's why it wasn't called. Joe actually got in the elevator, ran up, came into our booth and told us that, and he's all the way back down, ready to start the bottom of the fifth. Thanks,
Well,
Joe.
he used to be a quarterback.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, Joe.
Quick on his feet.
Had a bad.
Well, yeah, because if that was the case, hitters would be doing that all the time, and you would have a nightmare in certain at-bats between pitchers and certain hitters who would want to disrupt his timing.
Or with the runner on third, I would just cause balks all day.
And I'd say the second or third time you'd get tossed.
At.
Either, yeah. That might be the worst of the two. Wilson Ramos. A base hit first time. Hit the plate, bounced over the mound, and neither Wheeler or Tulowitzki could get him out. So Wilson's batting average now up to 282. Dramatic home run in Chicago the other night. He greeted Samardzija with that long fly ball to center. And the Nats were on their way after giving up that early 2-0 lead.
Why Fondé?
Three and one. Great time if Ramos could get on base with a good bunting pitcher next in Zimmerman. Twilight time starting to take effect here. And Ramos to the left side for Ryan Wheeler. Makes a fine play.
All right, 4th of July right around the corner. Cubbies are in town. Patriotic Series presented by SAIC. July 4th, 11:05 start. Get your sleep on the 3rd. Get here early on the 4th. Cubbies are in town. It's a great way to kick off your 4th of July. For tickets, 202-675-NATS.
Jordan Zimmerman this year, 5 sacrifice bunts now. 6 hits in 26 ABs. Good take, 2-0. Don't just throw a BP fastball down the middle of this guy. His only career home runs in one of the biggest parks in baseball, Miami. He could reach left center here. And he'll take 89, 2 balls, 1 strike. Into right, off the end of the bat, it'll carry to Brandon Barnes. Denard Span next. Nats are 23 and 17 at home, so they've won 9 of their last 12. That is very strong because they were under 500 for a while. Got back nearly 30 runs on the differential, hitting just under 280, and the ERA, as always, staying strong. Nats staff ERA coming into this series 3.07.
Still the best in baseball? No, they're always flirting with the A's staff. I think it is. It is.
Yeah, I was looking for the numbers. Got the few pages out of order in the stat pack today. Hard to find.
Let's go. Clean it up over there.
I didn't do the stat pack.
Oh. I thought you made them out of order.
Oakland 3.16. I found it.
There it is. We're on your TV set.
If we show it to you, it's true.
And if I say it, it's not.
That is in there. 2-1. Mercedes-Benz. And Denard will take another one in there. Counts even.
Slider much better from Flande than it was his last outing. I thought it might be the Coors Field effect. It was just rolling in there against the Cardinals. Tonight it's had a lot more break to it. That was a good pitch right there behind the count.
It's happened to a lot of pitchers. Some as free agents, some via trades, and some up through the organization. Got to be a little strange to get to the big leagues and find out some of your stuff doesn't play great in your own ballpark after you dreamed about it your whole life.
And for those of you that don't know the Coors Field effect, it's dry air there, it's thin air, it's tough to get a grip on the baseball, number one. And number two, with the thin air, it doesn't affect the seams as much, and breaking balls don't break, and sliders don't slide, curves don't curve as much as they do at sea level.
3-2. And Span a two-hopper to Tulowitzki. Nationals gone in order in the 5th inning. Well, quite a ball game. Well pitched by the rookie and by the veteran. And from the Masson Trawler, it's 1-0 Washington.
Trawler?
Look at that. Good night to play ball, good night to be a hitter, and a great night for some baby blue cotton candy.
Oh, he's wearing it too. Look at
Sugar rush to come shortly.
Nice. Good luck sleeping tonight, kid. That a dude's eating the cotton candy.
School is out, they don't care.
That's right. Sleep when you're dead.
Here's Drew Stubbs. 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout taken in the first, fly ball to right in the third. 29-year-old outfielder from Atlanta, Texas. And a drive to center. This will send Span back, and he can't get to it. And the Nats get a break. If that ball hits the top of the wall and stays in, it's probably a triple for the speedy Drew Stubbs.
Well, Stubbs has been hot. He went 3 for 4 with a double Saturday. He's hitting .316 with 5 homers, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 17 RBIs since May 1st coming into the night. Good effort by Span. But for where we're sitting, that ball had some hook to it. It was pushing away from Denard the whole way. And we have the best view on balls hit in the gaps, and I thought there's no way Span's getting that one, but he gave it a go. And a leadoff double here for the Rockies in the 6th.
Wow, Tulowitzki, the lead run potentially. First base open, but one of the best RBI guys in baseball right after him and Morneau. So they go after Tulo and get a ball off his hand. Straight back it goes.
Oh, you see Troy's first 2 at-bats tonight. First time up, he got him to pop out to Wilson Ramos. Nice pitch inside. And then the strikeout was paint on the outside. So he's been moving the fastball around to Tulowitzki tonight. The first pitch to him right here was a fastball up and in.
He turns on that one. It's heading for the bullpen, and it's right off the top of the wall. Stubbs will score. Tulowitzki into second base where nobody was covering, and the Rockies have tied the game. Ball like that at Coors Field's 20 rows up. He really smoked it, and that's Tulowitzki's 47th RBI.
Well, back-to-back doubles for the Rockies, and Troy Tulowitzki asking Bryce Harper why he tried to throw him out at second base, but Anthony Rendon hasn't played a lot of second base, and he went to trail the cutoff man, Ian Desmond. Had he stayed at second base, Tulowitzki would be out. This throw by Bryce Harper is right on the money, and it would have had Tulowitzki by about 3 steps. Look at that. Nobody there. Maybe Tulowitzki throttled down seeing that nobody was there, so probably said that a little incorrectly, but it would have been close had somebody been at second base.
Here's Morneau. And the Rockies could change this game in a moment. In a way, they already have. So, FP, on a play like that, when the second baseman is helping out, is it the first baseman's job to trail the runner or proceed the runner to second base?
Trail, and that's a good question.
Okay.
And it's incumbent on you as a second baseman, when you've played there a lot, to read the play. If you think it's a sure double, you trail the cutoff man in case Bryce Harper overthrows Ian Desmond, and you turn a double into a triple. But what you do is float. You get to a point to where if it ricochets off the fence and the left fielder gets it quickly, knowing his arm strength, you can retreat back to second base and be there should he throw it to second. So Rendon got caught a little too far off second, and that's just inexperience at the position.
Tough RBI guy here, Justin Morneau. '77 RBIs last year, all with Minnesota and Pittsburgh, most with the Twins. And he's going to go way beyond that this year. He's 2 RBIs away from 60. Second time in 2 innings the Rockies put back-to-back hits together. Last inning a bunt, a caught stealing, then a single. This a game changer. They've out hit the Nats now 6-5. Ball 3. So 2 hits in the first, separated by 2 hitters. 2 in the 5th back-to-back, and then the back-to-back doubles here in the 6th. And Troy Tulowitzki, his 47th RBI. That ball drilled to center. And Span, don't know if he got a bad read on it or what, didn't come forward and took it on a hop, and that was a dangerous in-between hop. And now the Rockies have scalded 3 balls in a row. Ball coming right at Denard Span. Tough read.
Well, that's what if Denard keeps coming, he's going to make the play, but I think that ball stayed up a lot longer than Denard Span anticipated. It wasn't about the jump, it's that low line, or the toughest play for any outfielder. And watch Span. Look how long that ball stays in the air. He didn't know that. He figured that ball was going to take a hop in front of him. If he trusted it and kept coming, he might have made the play. But I think the story, more importantly than Rendon peeling back to second or Span making that play, is that's 3 balls hit right on the screws by Rockies hitters in a row.
Well, you remarked in Milwaukee last Tuesday, Zimmerman was so dominating. 6 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, and in the 5th inning started giving up some hits, and then just went 6. So the middle of the ball game a little tough for Jordan the last 2 times out. You know, we thought he might be so amped up in front of family and friends last week. Nobody could touch him for the first hour of the game. The hitter is Wilin Rosario, the catcher. He has struck out swinging and lined out to left. And you can see the Colorado hitters being very aggressive here, 3rd time around. Target in.
And I think that, you know, he comes out so hard like gangbusters and is throwing 95 and hitting his targets. He starts to miss location. And look at this. That was supposed to be in. It was right down the middle. And Rosario just a hair late. And everybody knows that Jordan Zimmerman's going to throw strikes. Every team we see hit against him is aggressive, and it's dangerous when he gets a lot of plate. Tell you this, you're not going to beat the Rockies 1-0. They can hit.
And a pop-up on the infield. Ian Desmond for the first out.
It's a big out. Now you get a ground ball, you're out of it.
Working up a big-time sweat on a very warm, muggy evening in D.C. Ryan Wheeler, the hitter, he's 0 for 2. He's bounced into 1 double play this year. And he goes to center. Span coming in on the run. And here comes the runner and the throw. And Ramos bobbles it. The Rockies take the lead. A big time gamble by Tulowitzki. And he gets in under the tag.
Well, it's aggressive play by Tulowitzki, and I love it. That's how you play the game. Take chances. Don't be scared. Great play by Denard Span. Great throw by Span. Maybe a hair in between hot for Wilson Ramos. But that's something we've seen in the past from Ramos, having trouble hanging on to throws from the outfield. Haven't seen it yet this year. That's the first time. Aggressive play by Tulowitzki pays off. And that might have been a collision in years past, but Tulowitzki had a lane with the new rules, slides, and the Rockies go up 2-1.
And you know, there's got to be a lot on catchers' minds these days during plays like that.
Well, I think less
because
though,
of the rules.
But I think less. In the past, you're worried about getting trucked right there. So you take that out of the equation. Just imagine if you're an NFL wide receiver and you're running a slant pattern and you don't have to worry about a linebacker hitting you anymore. You're going to make every catch. I just think Wilson got a tough hop right there. But to your point, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I got to get out in front of the plate. I can't block. But the big part of that equation is getting trucked, and you don't have to worry about that anymore.
2-1 Rockies. The hitter, Brandon Barnes.
I mean, a great throw by Span. He's going to need some Gatorade when he gets to the dugout because he's been all over center field this inning. Just might have been a little bit of a short hop for Ramos. Kind of jumped on him and he couldn't handle it.
That one a late breaker right off the end of the bat.
A lot like certain receivers in the NFL, Carp, there was catchers in my experiences that would have alligator arms in that situation because of the fear of getting run over. Saw it all the time. You don't see it as much anymore, if ever. That was just a tough hop.
2-2. And that ball was tipped by Brandon Barnes, who bunted for a hit last time up. in the air for Jason Worth. Pair of doubles, a base and a sac fly. Rendon 2, Worth 3, LaRoche 4, ahead in the 6th. Telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. A curly W pretzel. Back in the day, they used to call it the Pretzel W here in D.C. with the Senators, the Nats back then. First 25,000 fans, a Nationals performance t-shirt. Saturday, when the Nats play the Cubs, 4:05 game. It'll be distributed at all gates while supplies last. 202-675-NATS, nationals.com/tickets. Be a better performer with one of those great shirts this Saturday.
Looks like a future Jason Worth fan right there.
Might be a future Jason Worth.
Yeah. There he is.
There's a segue for you. Rendon, line drive to second. Bouncing ball to short. And Johan Flande's come in here on the road against a ball club with a powerful lineup and held the Nats to a run on 5 hits. It is in there with 90-1. And Rendon, a hot shot to left center. Tulowitzki could only watch it fly over his head. And the Nats have their 6th base hit. And that is the second time in 6 innings they put the leadoff man on.
Another good swing by Anthony Rendon. Lined out to second. DJ LeMahieu climbed the ladder and robbed Rendon his first time up. And now, 3rd time up, checks in with his first hit. Nats trying to answer. The Rockies 2 in the top half.
Worth, a couple of ground balls pulled on the ground. Boy, if any time there is an idea of going the other way, this could be a great time. Morneau holding Rendon. Infielders pinching up the middle a bit. Jason has asked Rob Drake to move to the 3rd base side of the 2nd base bag. Doesn't want the throw coming right out of the umpire from the pitcher. And he's ahead after the 90 missed. Rob Scahill. They have 9 pitchers in their bullpen now. Julie Chassin went on the DL today. They added Chad Bettis from the minor leagues. They have 7 right-handers and 2 lefties in their bullpen for a couple of days. And it looks like Worth did have a right field idea there. Nats box, base hit Zimmerman, second inning. Double play ball erased him. Desmond Ramos, double single in the third. But the Nats couldn't score with a runner at second and third. Runners aboard with one out. And then the Zimmerman Harper back-to-back hits in the fourth. Finally got him on the board.
There you see where Jason Worth was looking after that swing. He's thinking about hitting the hole. And he had a base hit in the second game of that doubleheader on Saturday. And he forced himself to hit the ball the other way. He had the whole right side of the infield. And he actually jammed himself and inside out at a 15-hopper through the hole. And I think he's trying to do the same right here.
And Flande misses inside. Counts full 3-2.
Well, let's see if Matt Williams decides to start Anthony Rendon here.
Well, everything in, everything else away. Nothing really in the strike zone yet. Rosario, by the way, 6 for 25 against runners. He sets an inside target.
Well, there's two ways to think about this. If you get a good jump, you go first to third on anything. You stay out of the double play. If you stay here and Jason Worth strikes out, you still leave that hole open for Adam LaRoche. So it depends if Matt Williams wants to be aggressive or not, whether he sends Rendon.
Runners hold it, and Worth able to follow.
Slide step by Flande. Quick pitch, Jason Worth.
That's why they say he's sitting dead red. Right in the middle, he hopes. 3-2 with nobody out. And Worth with a really good at bat. The Nats have 2 on with LaRoche coming up. That is the first walk by the rookie tonight. Pitching coach Jim Wright to the mound.
Looked like all of a sudden Flande might be working a little bit fast. Maybe right out there just to slow him down a little bit. And on a warm night, simply give him a breather. He's done a whale of a job here in his second big league start so far.
Long fourth inning because of the Zimmerman and Harper 2-out hits. Lefty-lefty matchup. Corner infielders will play near their respective baselines. And of course, LeMahieu and Tulowitzki pinching up the middle. But now LeMahieu has to go to kind of a pull position. And Tulowitzki will shift up the middle behind Anthony Rendon. Target away. He's behind of LaRoche now.
Might be Flande's last hitter based on the fact that Ryan Zimmerman's seen him well and had a good night tonight. White's going with a left-on-left matchup against LaRoche. The right-hander's up in the bullpen, and I don't think he would let Flande face Zimmerman again. We'll see how it all plays out.
And LaRoche just leans back with a fastball up and in 2-0. Target away. And a step off. "96 pitches in 5 innings that first time out." Ball 3 to Adam LaRoche.
Bold call right there, and a 2-0 count going to the slider. That just shows you the respect that William Rosario and Johan Flande have for Adam LaRoche. Green light.
It would have to be a cookie.
I'm saying yeah.
That ball tailing, but evidently got the edge. Joe West calls it a strike. Mercedes-Benz will show us.
Watch the approach. He's swinging all the way, and he just says, I'm looking for something a little more center cut than that. I'm not going to swing anything on the black, and a 3-0 count. He takes him.
LaRoche coming off a 3-home-run road trip, 11 on the year. Now he gets the outside corner.
Well, LaRoche didn't like it, but I thought the last 2 pitches were paint and paint. 3-0 paint, 3-1 paint. 2 good pitches by Flande in a big situation.
One of the best batting eyes in baseball in the box with a 3-2 count. And LaRoche able to foul it away on 88. You know, the Rockies, because of their offense and where they play their home games, play a lot of long games. Sometimes they take that long show on the road. Ball game closing in on 2 hours. Bottom of the 6th here.
It's a good game, though.
It is. It's been well pitched on both sides. 3-2 again to LaRoche. And the rookie strikes him out with 90 up and away. First out in the 6th.
Well, decision time for Walt Weiss. I think he's going to come get his lefty. Maybe a double switch is in order here for the Rockies. And he's going to come talk to Joe West and do just that. But what an outing from Johan Flande for the Rockies. Well, the Nats did just 1 run so far and got a big out right there in Adam LaRoche. Got to be happy with him.
Into the bullpen with Rob Scahill. Wheels turning in the 6th. Much. Nats haven't played the Rockies until tonight. So a few of the guys have faced Rob Scahill in the past, and many have not. So time to go over the charts and a battle plan against the pitcher. And you're going to be taking over from the bullpen here, or what?
I am. I'm ready. Call me up. Well, that's a big situation. Ryan trying to get some info. Big at bat right here. I mean, Ryan having the big night. All the talk about Bryce Harper back tonight. He got the big single. He scored Ryan Zimmerman, but Ryan saw Flande better than any other Nat, I thought, and had some good at bats. And this is a key point of the game, obviously.
Well, and when you're the Nats and you've got Storen and Clippard and Soriano, anytime you can take the lead 6th inning on, you've really set things up for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think, you know, with the bench guys in there who did a great job, you're thinking about scrapping out a run right here. But when you have your lineup set together, you're thinking 2-3 runs and making this a big inning. So the Rockies have had trouble holding their opponents to a reasonable amount of runs. But, you know, their offense has never been questioned this whole season.
Corey Dickerson comes in to play left field on a double switch that's got another element to it. Charlie Blackmon goes over and plays right field. So Brandon Barnes in the number 7 spot is out, and that's where Rob Scahill will be hitting. 27-year-old right-hander from Lombard, Illinois. He was an 8th rounder back in 09. 23 games in relief for the Rockies last year. And Scahill, one of their 7 right-handers. Only his 3rd appearance of the season. And here's Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman is 0 for 1 career against him.
And he'll be seeing a fastball at 94, slider at 89, curveball at 79, and a changeup at 88. 4-pitch guy, and he uses them all.
Ryan today 2 for 2. Base hit to right. Double. Down the line in left. Anthony Rendon led off the inning with a ringing single to left. Went to second on a Jason Worth full count walk after an extended at bat. After the LaRoche strikeout, Ryan Zimmerman, who has scored a run, trying to tie this thing or give the Nats the lead. Inside, 2-0.
Seeing it big. And as a hitter, when you walk up there with 2 hits in your back pocket already, you're more relaxed. You're not thinking, I need something to show for the game. I got to drive in this run. It becomes more about performance and not, you know, thinking too much up there. And right now, Ryan should be very relaxed.
And he'll take another. 2-1. Got a fastball. Base hit. Game will be tied. Heading to third is Jason Worth. Zimmerman into second. He's 3 for 3. And that third baseman can hit.
Well, Matt Williams said he wanted to line up with the bats in it, and he got it tonight. And he moved his left fielder to third base, and his new third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman, has 3 hits, 2 doubles, and a big-time RBI right here. And good base running on the back end by Jason Worth, getting all the way to third base. Got a couple of hits, you're relaxed, seeing it big, get into a hitter's count, and he even slid head first. So check that box, too, for Ryan Zimmerman.
They're going to walk Bryce Harper to load the bases. And then set up a Scahill-Desmond matchup, and Scahill almost threw the ball away.
Good stop by Rosario. Well, in the past, I know that Ian Desmond has taken these personally, and any good major leaguer does take it personally. Walt Weiss is doing the right thing. He's getting the matchup he wants. He wants the right-on-right matchup. Doesn't matter. If you're standing on deck circle, all good major league hitters take this personally. And I know in the past Ian Desmond has. And I know that he's awful good with the bases loaded, too. And maybe we'll tell you how good he is after this at-bat.
That's 2 pitches he's bounced to the catcher on this intentional walk. And Rosario got crossed up. They're going to talk about signs here. How far outside and how high should you throw this? 1 out, a run in, bases about to be loaded unless Cahill tosses one that'll let Worth score from third. This has been really shaky. On target that one, but even Rosario had to reach back for it a bit. And then people say, why do you have the intentional walk and make the guy throw 4?
Look at Rosario's stance right now. He's ready.
Look like a semaphore waiting for a train. Bases loaded. Ian Desmond tonight, double off the right center field wall. A swinging strikeout. And against Cahill, 1 career at that, it was a base on balls. Ballpark lively. I'll tell you, if there aren't 40,000 here tonight, it is just under 40. And Ian Desmond is perfect with the bases loaded this year.
I like the fact that he's hit the ball to right center field tonight, and that approach right here in this situation will suit him well.
Got a breaking ball, and that's going to score at least 2. And Bryce Harper's going to score as well. He's coming around third. Ian Desmond has cleared the bases.
Might be the loudest I've ever heard Nats Park on a Monday night. This place is going nuts. You know, I think that right field approach allowed him to stay back and stay inside this ball. So now a perfect 6 for 6 this year with the bases loaded is Ian Desmond, and he clears them. Bryce Harper's helmet falls off somewhere between second and third. And how about this lineup, folks? What do you think? I'm in.
Big inning potential. 5-2 Washington. Here's Wilson Ramos. Pesky little number 8 hitter who just wants to put the ball in play. Maybe over a fence. That's what he was thinking on that first swing.
Offense is cool. And now you got your 7-hitter with a couple of doubles and 3 RBI.
Ian Desmond, 49 runs batted in.
They stay healthy. They stay like this. Buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride.
By the way, not only 6 for 6, but 14 RBIs. And trying to steal third is Desmond, and he's in there. The throw went into foul territory, and Ian Desmond gets to third base with 1 out on his 9th bag of the year. Gotta love the aggressiveness to go along with the big booming bats right now.
Pretty good jump by Desmond. 9th stolen base of the year. I think a good throw has him. Or it would have been close.
Infield in. 0-2 to Ramos. And a great job to lay off that breaking ball that ended up well outside. Kevin Franzen on deck here. Bottom of the 6th for Zimmerman, who's thrown 87 pitches. And Drew Storn is heating up. Up the middle, contact play. Desmond is safe. Out at first. A 4-2-3, and the Nats lead 6-2.
What a great jump by Ian Desmond. And as soon as DJ LeMahieu had to bend over for that ball, you knew he was going to be safe. Heads up play by Rosario, staying with the play and getting the force at first base. But tremendous jump by Desmond. And watch the lead. He's walking down. As soon as he sees down angle, he goes. No hesitation at all. And Rosario didn't even try to tag Desmond because the throw is on the other side. But, I mean, the 3 RBIs, all Ian Desmond, that run right there by himself, he created with his legs. Stole third and basically stole home on a chopper to second right there. Nicely done by the Nats shortstop. What an inning.
Now Kevin Franzen, first career at bat against Scahill. So the book closed on the rookie Johan Flande. He gives up 3 runs in 5 1/3, and now 3 more against the right-hander Scahill. Franzen is a pinch hitter, outstanding this year, 7 for 23 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Inside edge.
I mean, this is what this offense brings now when they're clicking and when they're all together. I mean, that's a 5 spot in a heartbeat. Haven't seen too many that quick this year. 2-1 game turns into a 6-2 game in a second.
That hits Kevin Franzen. 93, and he acts like he didn't even feel it. That gets things back up to Span at the top of the order. No activity in the beleaguered Colorado bullpen. Plenty of action in baseball's best bullpen. Denard Span 0 for 3. He has faced Scahill before, 0 for 1 with a line drive out. And Span will jack one hard. That is just foul. Just hooking about 1 yard wide of the line into the corner.
But you watch Denard didn't really take off on this because he saw the hook spin on the ball, but it just hits foul.
He's the 9th Nat to bat in this inning. Counts 1-1. Big gap in right center. And that one stays low.
Trying to think if I've ever heard Nats Park louder on a Monday night. I mean, it just erupted on that Desmond double. Great crowd. Bryce Harper bobblehead night. They are into it.
Scahill working slowly. Span at 2-1. He'll take the fastball upstairs. And the man who led off this inning is on deck. Anthony Rendon got this whole thing going with that hard line drive over Tulowitzki to start the 6th. 2 walks, a hit batter, and 2 huge hits later. There's a 5 on the board out there. Now Span will step out. And out of play. Well, 2 ball clubs and Nats will see a lot of next 2 weeks. Just saw the Cubs. They're here this weekend. The Rockies here. Nationals will make that their first road stop after the All-Star break. And so far, so good against the team with the highest ERA in all of baseball, 4.92. Brandon about to take off. Nissan, the extended at bat. Brandon on the move, and Span takes the walk. Now at least 10 Nats will bat in this inning, and that's the fourth base runner the Rockies have given them.
You can get through this lineup a couple of times, and we talked about it early. It's not so much the physical energy, it's the mental energy of having to execute every single pitch the whole game. And I thought Johan Flande did a nice job for the Rockies. He ran out of gas at the end, and now the bullpen letting him down a little bit here. But this is a tough lineup to cut through 3 times. It really is. All of a sudden, where's your breath? Where's your deep breath? Where are you relaxing mentally? Where are you relaxing and know that you can make a mistake and get away with it?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Or as one pitcher once told me, where do you look at the lineup and say there are the outs?
You don't. Really got to bear down.
Rendon again. He's hit against Scahill before. Good breaking ball there, Anthony. 1 for 1 with a single against him last year.
That was betting fastball, and that was a 3-run tater swing. He aired it out.
And Rendon not able to pull the trigger. That was perfect to the outside edge. Just under 500 with runners in scoring position. The home team. That's nasty. Rendon strikes out, but a huge 6th inning for the Nats. They will put 5 runs on the board. The big blow after the Zimmerman game-time double. The Desmond bases clearing double into the left field corner. Fun to watch. Curly W's all over the bases, and a fist bump for the guy with 49 ribbies. Clippard and Soriano. And a couple of those guys, I would say, if needed. The Potomac Nationals invite you to celebrate Independence Day weekend with the Carolina League's first half champs. Pre-game picnics, patriotic fireworks every night, a Rendon bobblehead Saturday. Check it out, 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Real baseball, real close. Drew Storen. It'll be his 31st appearance with a 107 earned run average, 22 strikeouts in 25 innings, and the league's hitting 178 against him.
Two-seam fastball, four-seam fastball, both mid-90s. Slider to changeup at about 87, 88. Matt Williams has his bullpen set up exactly the way he wants to do.
DJ LeMahieu, the number 8 hitter. Corey Dickerson next after their double switch. And then Charlie Blackmon. LeMahieu 1 for 2 career against Storen with a double. To Hopper, Ian Desmond. There has been a huge momentum shift in this game. And the Nats bullpen trying to carry it right through until the last couple frames. Corey Dickerson, 343, 10 home runs, 33 RBIs this year. Considered one of the shining young future stars of the Rockies. He's only 25, from Macomb, Mississippi. Hit 263 in a 69-game major league debut last year.
I want to see his debut is here in Washington, D.C.
He was called up June 21st when the Rockies were here.
And he can hit. Left yesterday's game against the Brewers with a leg cramp. I'm sure Walt Weiss was thinking the worst after what's happened to his ball club this year, but just a cramp and should be back in there tomorrow.
He was an 8th round pick 4 years ago. And that one right to the outside corner. Drew gets him 0-2. Left-handed batter facing Storen for the first time. And a hot shot into right. Off-speed pitch out over the plate. Corey Dickerson didn't miss it.
Yeah, he can hit.
Right there, number 9 spot tonight. A walk, a sacrifice, and now a single. Top of the order, Charlie Blackmon.
So, Carp, your memory far sharper than mine will ever be. That the most exciting inning of the year offensively for the Nats based on the lineup all back together and just clicking as a unit? I'm thinking, yeah, but there might be something that I'm forgetting.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure there's been a couple of 3 or 4 run innings somewhere, but 5?
That quick.
Yeah, and I think that's the key from what you brought up. The quickness with which it happened. And it just goes to show you give a good offensive ball club a couple of base runners, like the walk to Worth after the Rendon single, the intentional walk to Harper to make Ian Desmond mad enough to drive in 3, and then a hit batter, another walk. You're going to pay.
So, you know, Waterboy used to get himself mad all the time before, you know, he made one of those incredible hits. I feel like Ian Desmond should pretend like every hitter in front of him has intentionally walked the rest of his career. He'd never make an out.
Yeah.
Just imagine that. In the
6 for 6.
You're walking him to get to me. What? Even if the guy grounds out to short, just try to like trick yourself into thinking that. Because it seems like every time a team walks somebody in front of him, he makes them pay.
There are guys in the doubleheader on the weekend beer leagues who don't have 14 RBIs in slow pitch on 6 hits. Ian Desmond has it at the highest level at which you can play. That's just amazing.
And Drew Storn, I think, just broke Wilson Ramos' glove.
As long as Wilson's not broke, we'll buy him as many gloves as he needs. Jerry Blevins revving up with a full-run lead. It's possible Clippard and Soriano could have the night off. Wait and see how it all shakes out. They don't have a left-handed batter coming up until Justin Morneau, and hopefully he's batting well into the 8th inning. Serving one the other way, and Zimmerman makes the play, throw off, and you got runners coming back all over the place.
I think I'm going to give him a standing ovation on that one. Welcome back to third base, Ryan Zimmerman. How about that?
The Hyundai 7th inning stretch. And evidently the kid from left field can play a little hot corner too. Caught that on the fly, and then the throw to double off Dickerson.
Two single run, got it walked intentionally. Ryan Zimmerman, though, has been the story of this game. First Jordan Zimmerman, then Ryan Zimmerman moving back to third base. He's 3 for 3, 2 doubles, having a huge night at the plate, and why not have a huge night at third base too? Nice play, throw across, plenty of time for Adam LaRoche to go touch the base. But did you see how Ryan Zimmerman showed the umpire that he made the play? He actually dove, had the wherewithal to show the glove to Alan Porter that he had made the catch, and had plenty of time to throw across the infield for the double play.
Yeah, just some instinctive things that Zimmerman possesses at that position that'll never go away, no matter how often he plays somewhere else.
I don't know that he really was fired up about coming back to third, but I guarantee you it's like, I don't know, riding a bike, whatever analogy you want to use. He's having fun over there tonight. 3 hits, you have fun if you're playing anywhere, but he's been great.
Rob Scahill taking one for the squad here. Still pitching for the Rockies. Jason Worth faces him for the first time. And he gets the inside edge to make the count 2-1. Worth tonight, couple of ground balls to the left side. A key walk on a long at bat last inning that really put the pressure on the Rockies with nobody out. One batter later, Flande was out of the game.
That's a good point. That might have been the key at-bat of that whole inning. I thought that was his last hitter, though. Or LaRoche was the last hitter for sure. But Jason Worth made him work, kept the line moving. And Zimmerman with the big blow, and then Desmond.
3-1. Worth jammed and fouls it straight back.
Might be the best swing I've seen Jason take in about 3 weeks right there. Just didn't get the pitch.
And this one off the end of his bat, popped up behind second. Tulowitzki will yield to LeMahieu, who puts it away. First out.
Remember, our DC Lexus dealers are donating $250 to the Children's National Medical Center for every home run a Nats player hits this season. So keep them coming. It's for a wonderful cause. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection.
Just to check in on the Mets at Atlanta. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-1 Mets. Zach Wheeler still pitching. He's only given up 4 hits to this point. Nats a half game behind Atlanta.
Is that what they mean when they say virtual tie? Because I heard that term about 5 times today on the MLB Network. I just don't know what a virtual tie means. You're either tied or you're not.
Here's a virtual tie. In the West, the Giants are 46 and 36.
Okay.
The Dodgers are 47 and 37. The Dodgers have a lower winning percentage because they played 2 more games and they've split them. So that's a virtual tie.
Got it. Just knew whether we were in first, second, third, or fourth. They didn't know anything about virtual ties or
half game back. There's no tie about it.
Bow ties or neckties or any of that.
Manager's fit to be tied. Not that man right now. 0-2 to LaRoche. There it goes, high in the air. Right field, see you later. Upper deck, it's number 12 for LaRoche.
Who are you going to pitch to?
Ghostbusters, I guess.
Yeah. Ian Desmond, helmet taker, offer guy. Everybody happy in the first base dugout. Adam LaRoche, 12th Tater of the year. And Mike Matheny, are you watching? I know it's a tough decision. First base is a hard position to pick, but that guy right there needs to go to Minnesota. Deserves to go to Minnesota. I'll take him there if you don't pick him. I got nothing to do. Well, this is the kind of home runs you're used to seeing off the bat, Adam LaRoche. The helium balls. Wow. The high ones that have all the backspin, the carry. That's why the knockdown 2-iron in Chicago the other night was so impressive. That was an upper tank job by the Nats first baseman.
Zimmerman tried to go 4 for 4, but a line drive right at Morneau. 2 outs here in the 7th. Bryce Harper, another chance here. Bryce has had a good night. Double play ball in the second. One hopper hit sharply to short. RBI hit up the middle. Went to second on an error. In the 4th to put the Nats on top. And then they walked him intentionally to get to Ian Desmond. So if you can give a guy an assist on a bases clearing double, Bryce gets one. He's out there courtesy of Morneau. And the Nats add on. A feel-good evening at Nationals Park so far. 6 outs to get and a good bullpen with which to do it. That is a towering blast for Adam LaRoche. RBI number 44. lesson brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. It's all Nats 7-2 out hitting the hard-hitting Rockies 9-8, and LaRoche the latest big blow.
All right, we promised you early in the game. Here it is. We have the AT&T fan photo. And that is Teddy Roosevelt's great uncle Mike and his wife Diane.
They're great.
I like the shirts. I don't know where you want me to follow you, but we will.
Well, how about to first place?
Sure.
Here's the Bear. Rockies getting their first look at Aaron Barrett. League hitting .213 against him. Lefty's okay. Right-handers next to nothing. And he'll face Stubbs, Tulowitzki, and Morneau. In a ball game like this, it's a good inning to bring in the rookie and take on some really good hitters. One pitch, one fly, one catch, one out. Next up, Tulowitzki, who actually tied the game with a double just 2 innings ago.
Just missed a homer, too, off the top of the wall. Didn't even sound like he got it either. Just ball carrying tonight. Warm night in Nats Park. Strong hitter.
Guy putting together an amazing career. This is his ball club now. Todd Helton has retired. .295 career hitter. This is his 8th year as a Rocky. Number 2 in slugging last year behind Goldschmidt when he hit .312. Hit 25 home runs. And that bad groin injury, surgery that ended his season mid-June 2 years ago. Other than that, he's been durable and very productive. Long Beach State alum. And at Fremont High School in Sunnyvale, California, in suburban San Jose, he was an all-state basketball player. And a pitcher. 15-1 his senior year.
I see that.
And Tulowitzki will take the 1-out walk. He's on for the second time.
So a 1 for 3 for Tulowitzki tonight. I don't know if his average goes down when you're hitting .353 with a 1 for 3.
It does.
The #1 live streaming sports service now available. Visit nationals.com for details. That's MLB.TV Premium.
Next up, Justin Morneau. We have a balk.
Joe said he came set twice. Double sets where he's calling. Matt Williams, Steve McCaddy. And now Ryan Zimmerman getting in on it, demonstrating what he didn't do. And when you feel like 4 people are arguing the same thing, I think Joe West might have missed it. I wasn't looking at Aaron Barrett, so I didn't see it. Now Ryan's pleading his case to third base on Alan Porter.
Well, Zimmerman probably had the best view on the diamond.
I mean, knowing Aaron Barrett, that's how he comes set every time. That's part of his delivery. He does it every single time. I mean, anybody that's watched the Nats play, this is how Aaron Barrett comes set every single time. Every single time. And that's where the argument has taken place. Be interesting to see if he does it here and Joe West calls another balk, because that's what he's done. Now Aaron Barrett's confused. Well, what do I do? I always do that. See, he's telling Alan LaRoche. He said, I'll be fine. You could read his lips. Joe West saying, I didn't know that. It's the first time I've seen him pitch.
The time came set and then dropped the hands just a bit, but nothing that would be construed as a move toward home plate. And that pitch is low, ball one. Well, if you call that, don't you have to call Jordan Walden for never being on the rubber when he lets the ball go?
I guess.
It's the way he pitches. We talked about that before. Umpires know him. And it's 2-0. Runner aboard, 1 out. Nats by 5, top 8. And a ball drilled to left. Hit really hard. They're not going to challenge Harper in this situation. He'll bounce it to Zimmerman. First and third, 1 out. Good swing by Morneau. He's 3 for 4. And some news brewing in baseball tonight. The Cubs are at Boston, and it looks like after 7 2/3, Jake Arrieta has a no-hitter going. 10 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Boy, Footer with one his last time out. Footer with a perfect game. He's a guy that's really learned how to harness that power fastball, power slider combination.
Rosario, the catcher, 0 for 3. Strikeout, line out, pop up, and another pop. And this one for Anthony Rendon, 2 outs.
So for those of you that are wondering, Troy Tulowitzki goes 1 for 3. That's 333. His average is at 353. Does his average go down? No. When you have that many at-bats in the year, 272 at-bats to be exact, coming into tonight, a 1 for 3 keeps your average right where it was. It's a push. He's still at 353.
That's the beauty of only going 2 decimals or 3.
Yep.
That is really something, though. Every hitter dreams of going 1 for 3 over extended periods of time. What a year. Pitcher spot next, and Josh Rutledge is waiting if Barrett does not retire Wheeler. That ball gets away. And home to score, Tulowitzki.
Hung on to the slider too long, and watching Wilson Ramos blocking, I still don't think he's comfortable with the backhand block, and the reason I think that is because a lot of the hand is exposed, and he keeps trying to get in front with the forehand right there. And in a big time situation, ideally as a catcher, you want to slide over, get both feet in front of it, use your shin guards, and use your chest as the way to stop it right there. But he tried to glove it, couldn't get the glove over, and a wild pitch.
Well, 7-3. Rockies get a base hit here. That changes the bullpen scenario for the 9th inning at least. That counts 2-0 to Ryan Wheeler. I don't know if the balk rattled Aaron, but since then he's missed on 5 of 7 pitches.
I don't think the balk rattled him. It's why it was called, and that's part of his motion.
And on a pitch up, it's a pop-up to the right side. Rendon out. He'll let Worth call him off. Jason has it. Damage limited to 1 run. He's leading off. Somebody tell him, though, the bases are loaded in the 8th. Right in the middle of that 5-run Nationals 6th inning. They walk Harper to get to him to load the bases. He was 5 for 5 this year with the sacks juiced, and he would swing, pull it, hook it, and drive in 3. And now the bases loaded damage for Ian Desmond. 14 of his 35 RBIs. I don't think the pitch was 99, but the hit was. Wow.
Right at the fringe of his power zone.
Yeah, it was low. That's why it stayed in the park.
I mean, he's so good throughout his career at swinging at the first pitch and looking fastball and then catching the off speed out in front. I heard Matt Williams say about a week ago that all but one of Ian's home runs last year were on off-speed pitches. Gives you an idea of how he makes an adjustment in the middle of the swing.
Nick Massett, Rangers, White Sox, parts of the last 4 years with Cincinnati. Actually up to 2010 and 11. He's been hurt pretty much ever since. Delivers 89 in there. Did not pitch at all last year. Right shoulder surgery done in September of 2012. And Desmond goes to right center. Ball hanging up. And over to get it, Charlie Blackmon.
I thought you said Nick Masson at first, and I was going to ask you if he was related to Masson Dan.
No, Masson is Dan's first name.
Oh, all right. Yeah, good point.
Nick Masson, that'd be his last name. We're going to call Wilson here. One for 3 tonight with an infield hit and an RBI ground ball. Yeah, it's a big breaking ball that drops in nicely for him.
Well, the ballpark has had a Friday night, Saturday feel to it since Bryce Harper jogged out of the dugout to run his sprints 20-25 minutes before the game. I mean, when he came out of the dugout just to loosen up, this place went nuts. He got a standing ovation for about, I'd say about 20-30 seconds from the time he got to the first base foul line to run his first sprint right on the cut of the grass between first and second. You know, everybody here early to get their Bryce Harper bobblehead, so it was a weird scene tonight at Nats Park. Almost a full house for the Rockies portion of batting practice. You don't normally see that. And then when Bryce came out, the place erupted.
Well, made his presence felt. A throw that almost turned into a double play early in the game on a base hit. And then the single up the middle. Got the Nats going tonight. Got them on the board in the 4th inning. The exciting running play to get to second. And that's front door stays up there. 2-2 to Ramos. Ramos facing Massett for the first time. Scott Hairston on deck. And up the middle to Nowitzki on a 2-hopper from near the bat. 2 quick outs. Scott Hairston will get a chance to get an AB against a right-handed pitcher here. Same time tomorrow night, Christian Friedrich, lefty for the Rockies. He's only made 2 starts, 5-10 career. Saw him just a little last year. And Steven Strasburg trying to bounce back from a rough outing in Milwaukee. Still leads the league in strikeouts. He'll be trying for his 7th win of the year tomorrow night. Nats Extra, 6:30. Masson 2 with Johnny and Ray. Hairston 1-for-1 career against Nick Masson. Right now, Jerry Blevins queued up for the 9th.
So what are you going to do with your Bryce Harper bobblehead, Cart?
I will probably auction it off for charity.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
And if I can get him to sign it.
There you go. It'll be worth $1 million.
Bid starting at $1 million. I do like what teams around baseball have done now to prevent people ripping off bobblehead after bobblehead on these nights. People were kind of coming in, handing them to people, and coming back in with other tickets. And now most clubs have taken care of that. And on a night like this, what a great crowd. What a game.
Inning, and all the talk about Bryce Harper returning to left field tonight. How about Ryan Zimmerman's return to third base? And a little three for first time up, a little lean you to rights. Second time up, a little lean you down the left field line. That was a double. And this one was a big one down the left field line. Scored Anthony Rendon, hustling to second base. Little clap of the hands. And how about third base? Made a nice play and a bunt. And then that diving play for the double play. So welcome back Ryan Zimmerman to third base. What a night. There you go. 25 games in left.
Flawless.
Only 10 games at third base this year. Wow. That one kind of got me. And won at first. That was against St. Louis, the day game. Last game of the series. 2 errors overall. You're looking live at Super Utility Man, Ryan Zimmerman.
And every player loves that label.
Tony Phillips would be proud.
Josh Rutledge leads off, and Jerry Blevins is the Nats pitcher. And Blevins will throw one that's popped up into center. Clean ball game for the Nats tonight. Jordan Zimmerman about to go 6-4. Trying to win, the Nats are, their 7th home game in their last 10. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow. 90 minutes of comprehensive Nats coverage. We'll be talking about what Atlanta did tonight. Right now it's 3-1 bottom 8. What the Nats are able to do against the Rockies. They'll look ahead to Strasburg's next start. It's all on the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow.
It's on there today, and I got a granola bar stuck in my throat. I thought I was going to choke to death.
That was a dramatic moment. We had paramedics standing by.
We did. Goodness gracious.
They were told not to do anything until that pea turns blue and then spring into action.
My eyes were watering mid-sentence. I couldn't swallow. And seriously, I mean, I saw my whole life flash before my eyes on the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report.
And full of highlights that must have been.
Yeah.
DJ LeMahieu, 0-for-1 career against Blevins. Yeah, you do a great interview. That's all people remember, huh?
That and I was turning blue and my eyes are watering.
By the way, tonight was the Nationals' 4th inning this year of 5 runs or more. Most recent had been at San Francisco in a 9-2 win. They did it May 20th to the Reds here, winning 9-4. And April 10th here against Miami, a 7-1 win. So chalk up a 4th 5-run or better inning for the offense this year. 0-2. Blevins working ahead, and the breaking ball freezes the batter and drops right in.
A good deuce right here by Jerry Blevins. Starts it way off the plate and brings it back, and all DJ LeMahieu can do is watch it. Wiffle ball curveball right there from Blevins. Nice pitch.
Well, 33,660 paid tonight. Homestand in every way possible. Off to a great start with one more out. And the hitter is Corey Dickerson. And Blevins comes out dart throwing tonight.
He said his last start, or his last appearance, I should say, in Chicago, there was a mechanical flaw and that he fixed it. And that looks to be the case here tonight against the Rockies for Blevins.
He's got that big hook tonight. One from the left side of the plate over to the right. Just missed it. Final check of the scoreboard. Braves still down 3-1, bottom of the 8th. Have a couple of guys on. Then hopefully the Mets could close that one out and help Washington vault into first place by a half game. They've taken care of their business here tonight. Curveball, left field. Why shouldn't Bryce Harper catch the last out? Welcome back, Bryce. Welcome back to the Nats' full lineup for the first time since opening day. And what a complete win in this one tonight.
Well, not a lot to say. The band is back together, and it feels good. And that was a fun one to watch and a fun one to be at. And they couldn't play any better.
All aspects. The offense comes alive. Jordan Zimmermann gets the win, and Bryce Harper comes back in style.